wide.
Hopefully it's working. It's up now again.
All right.
No, it was up, bro. Was lying.
All right. Well, Joe, if Joker was lying to
That's
us and
unreal.
Electric just said that on stream, then penalize Joker. As we get the kickoff here, and this will go into the back of the end zone, and then will not be taken out for Boise's first drive. So Boise wearing the all blue uniforms here, Florida wearing all white. Do you think that was a purposeful tactic to try to blend in with our turf, Electric?
Possibly yes. We just slingshot green right now, you know. Started the first
Mm-hmm.
down for Boise State.
Yeah. Man in motion is Penry, and he's going to get dropped to the backfield after a loss of 1.
This is a great job of being prepared by this defense, almost anticipating this play.
So we've seen Florida here make a bit of a return here. They suffered back-to-back home losses to Mississippi State and Texas in the middle of the year, and then went on a bit of a hot streak, and then suffered a blow at Oxford and Ole Miss. But their big win against Florida State was enough to get them into the playoff. As for Boise State, they were sitting atop the Big 12 as the 3rd and inches QB sneak gets a first down. They were sitting atop the Big 12 for a lot of the season. Their only loss coming to shake out of the SEC with the Missouri Tigers. But then in the Big 12 title game, Electric and the Kansas State Wildcats went back-to-back on him. So now here he is in the first round, but he's playing at home, so he can't be too upset with the way the committee treated the Boise State Broncos, as Dubar going to be tackled in the back for a loss of 2. So, Electric, I'll let you talk about Boise State since you know them a little bit more than I do. What are the keys to Boise State to win this game?
The keys for Boise State to win this game is run a bit more like extra gun plays, like like tray flex, stuff like that. Like run more. I always tell everybody to do this, but try to mix up a little bit of the hot routes and everything, and try to make really good reads that you think or that you know that's going to give you like certified yards. Like you're going to get like this 5 yards if you do this slant route or this curl route. Stuff like that for him to do, he'll be able to secure a victory in this game.
Yeah. As Boise State has a 3rd and long here, can the Florida defense get off of the field here? Is Bayless going to drop back, going to scramble outright? He goes to the corner and incomplete. Tried to fit it through a tiny gap. And they're going to get a booth review here. Did he get his feet down? They're going to say he did. First down, Boise State. What a throw. And as we go to our rules analyst, Jackson Altman. Jackson, what did you see there that caused him to overturn that call?
Yeah, official on the field didn't think that he got his foot in bounds, but that's why we have the replay booth. Officials makes mistakes sometimes, but got his left foot down and was in bounds.
Yeah.
With possession of the ball.
Well, the 2nd and 10 here as Boise State had to throw it away. I'm going to say for Florida, the name of the game is going to be getting DJ going, as Dubar is going to be blown up there on the RPO. But getting Lagway going early is crucial, especially on the road in a hostile environment. We know he has some inaccuracy issues in the past, especially in the losses, but if you can hit a couple throws early and just start stringing together completions, then you should be good to go to win this ball game. As we see Bayless here, 3rd and 13, Boise State has another 3rd down, and they're going to the corner. That's stretching. He makes the catch. First down, Boise State. And we like to thank the ever hard-working, always Joker, doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, and he's been in the booth a couple times. Hope those USC Trojans can get going someday, as a screen pass is going to be blown up. They were able to hold Dubar behind the line, and Tyreek Sapp gets in on the play.
Yeah, and that was just a really good read by the Florida Gators to just knowing that they had to still rush after the QB, give him as much, try to not give him as much time as possible to get that screen off.
Taylor's going to drop back, senses pressure from the edge, hits the zig route. That's Pentry again, picks up 10, So now you got 3rd and 12. You picked up a 3rd and 15 and 3rd and 13 on this drive. Let's see if they can pick up a 3rd and 12 here. As Pentry's had a good game last time out despite the loss. As you see Bayless dropping back, looking to throw, and he is brought down. Justice Boone in on the sack, and out trots the Bronco field goal unit. So not an easy kick here. Near the right hash, it's deep. It is gonna fall just a bit outside to the left. So Jarrett Reeser cannot hit it, and Florida's in great field position here for their first drive. So Florida, they're going to line up with 3 running backs, 2 in motion a man, and they're going to pitch it out to Akard, who is going to be brought down after a gain of 2. So Florida has a lot of running backs. They like to run a lot of receivers out of the backfield and like to do a lot of passing. That's where Florida's Achilles heel is oftentimes, is failure to get the running game going. So we'll see what they can do here as Lagway sends a man in motion. That's Mizell. They're going to pitch it to him on the jet sweep. Mizell makes a man miss. Mizell has the first down near the 50 at the 49.
Yeah, and that was really good right there. Cut right back in as soon as he seen that linebacker shoot straight to the outside to make sure he don't get extra yards to get out to that outside.
Handoff, counter goes to Wilson, and Wilson's going nowhere. Lucky to get a gain of 1 there. Andrew Simpson, the senior linebacker, and on the play. So we'll see as this first quarter draws to a close. Been a very fast quarter as Lagway is going to line up all by himself in the backfield. Will they get a snap off here? They will. Lagway dropping back to throw. Lagway sees good coverage. He's going to throw it to Boardingham. Boardingham has a big gain here down near the 20 and at the 21, and that's how you wanted to end this quarter if you're Florida with a big play. So we're seeing a bit of a cutscene here.
Yeah, I was about to say, I like that play that they did right there with the DJ Lagway was about to run, and then he threw it right to the tight end. That was smart. Threw the ball just before the legal for a pass was about to be called.
As the RPO to Akard. Akard makes a man miss, getting sticky with it. Someone find a mop. And it is touchdown for the Florida Gators. As Akard, the lifelong Vol fan, hits the gritty in a Florida Gators uniform. I'm sure that sits real well with him at night. And the extra point is up and good. So Florida takes a 7-0 lead here. A 5-play, 63-yard drive.
That was a good little move that he did right there. And that's how you do it. Good user, get into the end zone, and Michael with the touchdown.
I just do want to point out that while we're here, the results of the other 2 games, obviously Texas A&M taking down CPU Fresno State to move on to play Miami in the second round, as Bayless is going to see a gap. He's going to go. He's hit. That's dangerous, and Boise State gets on it. So dangerous play there. As we see, after a quarterback is shaky, oftentimes that means that ball is coming out, and it did there. But Boise State falls on it for the first down.
Yeah, and that was a very scary play right there.
Let's go take it to Dubar. Dubar makes a big... he fumbles the football, and it goes out of bounds. And Dubar has an injury related to his chest of some sort. His tits are hurting. He got popped on that play.
Wow. I mean, you just got to wonder.
So backup running back is in. They'll go to him. Riley on the RPO, not to be confused with the Texas head coach. He can pull down after a loss of 1. But like I was saying, A&M gets the win against Fresno to go on to play Miami. And then the game you just watched where Mississippi State pulls off the win on the road at Notre Dame to play Kansas State. as the RPO. That's a well-drawn play. Can Louder get to the first down? No, he can't. So 3rd and short here. We'll see what Boise State can cook up here to get this 2 yards.
And this right here has got to be a run. Yeah, that was
Riley
exactly 4th and 2.
swallowed up. And now it's decision time. Dylan Riley, the freshman, having a rough go here off the bench.
I mean, you gotta remember, he just got thrown out to the field as soon as he seen Dunbar just get absolutely clobbered. So.
Yeah. As Bayless going to fake the handoff, going to go to the out route, and Strachan does a good job. That's a great throw, well-placed ball out into the reach of the DB, and a good catch, and Boise State has a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, that ball was surprisingly right on time, right on. That was the right time pass, perfect pass right there by Bayless.
As we see Bayless scrambling, he's in trouble. Bayless turns back, and he's going to be lucky to get that one out. But yeah, and now Florida Boise State, and then the remaining game, like we said earlier, is Masopes and the Georgia Bulldogs against Captain Dead Dad and the Ohio State Buckeyes. So the SEC has an opportunity after all the doubters and naysayers and non-ball knowers say that the SEC is the best conference in America. As Riley shrugging tackles will bring up 3rd and 2. They have an opportunity to go 4-0 in these opening 4 playoff games, which would be something very impressive.
I was just about to say something about that. Yeah, the SEC all being in the first round, and then you have at the SEC again. That's really good right there.
To have 5 of the teams in your conference potentially in the final 8 teams in the country is something very impressive. As we'll see what Boise can draw up here. Bayless sends a man in motion. They're going to throw it out to the screen. Penry makes the catch, and he's going to run it in. Touchdown, Boise State. That's what you needed, but that was a very dangerous throw, as we saw. As you really can't see that side of the field when you throw that, so you just kind of have to hope the DB didn't jump it, and he was close. But the freshman quarterback really starting to show some maturity that we haven't seen out of other freshman quarterbacks from around the country. As Madsen was benched after the Big 12 championship game. I wonder if that's injury related, or I wonder if that's just personal preference off of Coach Red Flags.
And we just gotta wonder right here what Florida do. You know, they scored a touchdown, they let up a touchdown, and they
Boardingham is wide open. That's going to be a touchdown for the Gators. And they get it back in one play. And I hate to compare Boise State to Florida State, because Boise State's a much better football team and a much better user. But, I mean, in that game we saw Lagway go insane, have like 500 yards, 6 touchdowns. And the first 2 drives, he's 4 for 4, 135 with 2 touchdowns. So you just got to wonder if Lagway is building up another very impressive game in his back pocket here today. So Boise State needs a score here, especially considering the Gators get the ball back to start second half.
Yeah, that was just a bon voyage right there with the touchdown.
Bayless, and 62 is getting his lunch money taken away by Caleb Banks so far, as he has blown up that little midline RPO that Red Flags likes to go to. So we will see as Bayless will drop back to throw. Bayless maybe had a man deep. He's going to throw cross body. Impressive throw. Good catch by the tight end Clayton Boswell. And it is 3rd and 3. So 3rd and 3. Running back in the backfield to his right. He's got 2 tight ends lined up to his right, 2 wide receivers out to his left. And Bayless going to hand off inside zone, and that's going nowhere. Dylan Riley was sniffed out like blood in shark's water. And Boise State's going to have to punt. So Hawkins on the punt return. He makes a man miss. He's got some space. Hawkins going to get it down to the 45. So here comes Lagway and the Florida Gators offense. We'll see what they can draw up here to continue their success. 2 drives have ended in 2 touchdowns for the Florida Gators. And Wilson going to get the speed boost outside. Wilson gets the first down.
And that was that's just a showcase of speed and agility right
But the
there.
runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
Running out of time in the
Oh, and
pocket.
he just
Lagway brought down.
Nice sack. And a timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. This offense faces
All right.
2nd and 15.
Well,
The O-line needs to
my color commentator has left the booth for a second, so I will take over and man this by myself. As we got a flag, so this might be a free shot. Mizell over and Lagway overthrows him, and illegal contact against Boise State. So yes, that was a free play, but we saw that issue a lot from Lagway, especially earlier in the season, missing deep balls. But Florida has a fresh set of downs here. Ball at the 45. He's got a receiver bunch behind the receiver to his left. He will go to it. That's that RPO. That's anchored again. And he's going to get pulled down after a gain of 11 for another first down. So the Florida Gators offense is cooking here. Lagway going to hand off to Wilson. Wilson has a gap. Wilson's got some space. Can he beat him to the corner? Yes, he can. Touchdown, Florida. And now they extend their lead here. As with the extra point, it'll be 21-7.
That's an elite running back type of play.
You know, when he got out into the open field, I didn't know if he had the speed to take that thing all the way to the house.
Eugene Wilson, we rarely see him burst out like that on the ground, but he's able to do it today, and the extra point is good. Florida leads 21-7 here in the Blue and Orange Bowl.
Here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. Returner decides to fair catch this.
As we see
Here comes the Boise State offense back out on the field.
Bayless coming out again. Boise State really needs something here as they fake the toss. Bayless has some good protection, but it crumbles. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's Tyreek Sapp again. And timeout for the Broncos. Those could come back to bite you if you're not careful and if you get stopped.
Got to think about changing things up schematically, help that offensive line, and help that.
So here comes Bayless. Once again, running back to his right. He'll drop back to throw. He's going to scramble out wide. He's going to his running back. That's Riley. Play on the ball, knocked away. So we see top passing yards this year. That is Dante Moore, the redshirt sophomore out of Oregon. And then Avery Johnson and Lagway sits at third on the passing yards leaders for the country this year. So 3rd and 10, and the corner route wide open. That's Lauder. Lauder, can he make a man miss? And first down, Florida, or first down Boise State, rather. My bad.
Big yardage to set up a fresh set of downs. And the Broncos will line up on 1st and 10.
So first down Boise State. They flip the field here. Ball's on the 38.
Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. On 1st
And Bayless going to drop back to throw. Bayless going to scramble. He's going to run. Bayless being dangerous. And he's going to slide down at the 23. So Boise State ever close to the end zone. Clock is ticking. Bayless going to throw to Riley out of the backfield. Riley has some space. Can he get in the end zone? No, he cannot. So the ball will be at the 1 yard line. And Boise State's going to have to hurry up here if they want to get some points. Hand off to Riley. Riley's blown up and timeout Boise State. You could have seen the inside zone coming from a mile away. Florida's been all over that play all day, and that does not stop here.
So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half.
So for second and goal, handoff Riley, and now they're in trouble. Clock's gonna run. They got to get to the line.
Time running down, just one play
Clock's
left.
ticking under
You
9.
gotta throw this.
With 5, Dudley trying to run again. He's gonna
Oh!
throw the ball backwards.
Oh!
Howard has it, and he's gonna get pulled down in a catastrophe
Final play of this
for the Boise State Broncos on the one. As Jackson, what were the vibes? What were you able to get from either coach as they left the field and headed in the lockers?
Yeah, Florida sideline very upbeat right now. Getting the ball back up 2 scores, looking to make it 3. And then Boise State could have had some points right there, even if it was just a field goal, but had like 6 seconds left, snapped the ball and ran it. And I think right there, I assume the coach couldn't get the play into the quarterback on the sideline, but I think you just got to throw it, and if it's an incompletion, you still have a second left, a chance to go for it, and call a better play. But
as Wilson on the screen, going to be pulled down after a gain of 5. So yeah, catastrophe there for the Boise State Broncos, as it seems like bad has gone to worse here as we enter the second half.
second down after that previous play.
I'm just not sure that these Boise State defenders can keep up with the speed of Florida.
Confusion on the snap count. A false start cost them 5 yards. And the head coach will decide.
So flag is down. That is a false start against Florida.
Offense getting set. Second down play here.
So second and 10.
It's Lagway.
Lagway scrambling, rolling out. Lagway trying to make a man miss. Hit hard after a gain of 8.
You're right there. Not sure why Lagway's looking to take a hit right there. I mean, you're up 2 scores. If you win this, you have a really important game next week. Don't want any type of injuries.
Lagway keeps on the option. He's got the first. Lagway hit again hard. And he's going to get down at the 46.
Continue to play good football up front. Nice run, nice conversion here, and most importantly, working with that lead. You keep working that
DJ Lagway once again. Another handoff. This one goes to Daniels. Daniels breaks on the outside. Daniels pulled down just shy of the first down marker. It's going to be second and inches.
Boy, positive yards there on 1st and 10. Good job up front by that offensive line. Good hard running by this running back. And now you got a lot of options.
So here comes Lagway. Going to hand off to Wilson on the RPO. Wilson's got some open space. Wilson's going to go all the way. Touchdown, Florida. And they have blown this game wide open.
What a long run for the touchdown. I don't know if this defense
Yeah, like I said, they're a smaller school, moving into a bigger conference, but as they recruit, they'll get some faster guys, but I'm just not sure they have the athleticism to keep up with the speed or a school like Florida.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. And the Boise State offense is back out on the field. They are really in a hole here, and that turnover in the last possession did not help. He's looking to scramble. They get him down, but that's a good run, enough to move the sticks and keep this drive going. And the Broncos will come to the line to run the hurry up.
This is why I love the quarterbacks that can make things happen. Here you have an opportunity to try to create. Nothing's there.
As scroll out to the left, throw to the right. Lauder, and now you just got to start chucking the ball deep if you're Boise State. The tight ends had a good day today, though, as we see. And Electric is back. So Electric, the score is 28-7. Florida dominating this game. What are the chances Boise State can get back in this one?
I mean, it's anything, you know, we never count out a game until we see the other team possibly, you know, really start to fall apart and, you know, just let the game be over. But Boise State not willing to let this game be over, you know? And down by 21, and they're right now at the 4 to try to see if they can make it a 14-point lead. And what they got to do is they got they just
First and
need
goal,
to
handoff.
do really good on
The junior
defense.
able to
These
bring
next two
him down
drives
quickly.
that they have for the defense, and then get back on off, can
Oh
just keep it
boy.
up.
Quarterback adjusting now to the
Can
defense.
just keep it up.
We'll see if the offense
I'm
can punch it
for
in
sure
on
Health
second
State
and
left
goal.
now, so I'm in now be the only one right here. So second down and
They're
goal
going to
at the
score with a
30. They're
run to
going
the
to just
right.
run a toss. That's to Riley.
Powers
Riley's
into
going
the
to
end
get
zone.
in.
Touchdown, Boise
And
State.
that will make it,
That's
and
a
that's a
crucial
touchdown,
response
Boise
by this
State.
offense,
Riley
but
with the
still
first
plenty of
touchdown,
work to do here in
for
the
sure,
third
of
quarter.
his
Well, I love that they're
young
still fighting
career,
and competing.
or
You
just
can tell they've made some
first touchdown
adjustments at
of the
half and try
playoffs
to
for
get them
him.
back into this game.
And
And that score's
now
a
this
great
game is a
start.
14-point lead, so anything is
Tackle on the
possible
extra
right
point.
here. All Boise State needs right here is a stop after
So
Florida,
no
just
return here. He takes it in the
being
end
able to
zone
go
and
up
begin
and
the
down the
drive at the
field
25.
almost every single time. So we'll see what Boise State can do here with the
And the Florida
defense.
offense is back out on the field now.
25.
The last possession was just old school power football. Let's see if they can keep that going here.
First play for Florida, they're going to run a jet pass,
Takes off
and that's
in the
going to be
clear.
gaining an
And that
extra.
gain enough for a fresh set of downs. Spotted at the 48.
That's going to be
The defense has got
that's
to do a
going
much
to
better
be a
job
gain of
here of adjusting to
20
the
plus right
pre-snap
there
motion.
on
They
that
just kind of stayed
jet
in
touch
place,
passes.
and
That
it gave the
would
receiver plenty of room
go
there to
down
make
as
a
a
nice
pass
play.
in the record book. Here you go, they're going to run another RPO to Michael, and he's going to do a spin move, and he's going to keep going down to the 30. And that's what, Boise State needs to try to see if they can stop is the RPOs that are like blowing wide open, or stopping the touch passes and the run. This matters so much in this game right here with that. As welcome back, Health State. We got touchdown Boise State, and then Florida had two big plays to drive down the field. So now we're in the fourth quarter.
All right. Well, both teams have been able to throw the ball really well. As we see, DJ's 8 for 8, and then it is 14 for 17 for the other quarterback. As Lagway once again, and throw to Mizell, fade to the back of the end zone, touchdown Florida. So yet again, the defense is the issue for Boise State, as it will be 35-14.
Yeah, he's done everything that's been asked of him and more. Just a great job of getting into a rhythm. Really tough to defend.
Yeah, and I understand what you meant by that, because that's the only thing that possibly is slowing down Boise on his defense. Yeah, he just lopped it up, and
Kickoff team on the field getting set now.
that's the thing that stops them so much here at, so much here in Boise State.
By the return man.
It's the cornerbacks. They're not being able to guard these wide receivers pretty well, and
Here comes the Boise State offense.
by like
back out on
two
the field.
open touchdowns out
They
of
were
team
clicking
down
last time.
the
Great
field. So
protection. The pitch and
Boise
catch
State
was
still not giving
solid.
up though.
Right down for a touchdown.
Oh wow.
Corner route knocked down. So 5:53 left to go here in the game,
That's an athletic play by the defensive back. Playing
as we see
seeing the ball,
Jakeem Jackson making that play.
chance to get their hands on it.
Second down play coming up for this
Yeah,
offense.
that play I low-key thought was a
Quarterback pre-snap
touchdown
adjustments now
if he
for
would
this
have kept
defense.
running straight, but
Going again on second and 10.
So Bayless scrambling around. Bayless going to throw cross body. Nice throw, but a big break up there by the safety, Bryce Thornton.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
And he'll drop back here on third.
Bayless dropping back on 3rd and 10. Going to go deep. Can the safety get there? Yes, he can. That is intercepted. And that will all but seal this game, as Castell going to run around, going to get down at the 47.
Well, this defense has been great the entire football
and yeah, and
game
I
here.
thought
They knew
for
they
a
had a lot
second
of pressure on them in the
he was
playoffs.
about to
They
fumble
stepped up
right
and played
there,
well
so I
all
was like,
game
hold
long.
up, I don't
Now
know
they get
what's
a
about to happen
critical
here, but
interception here late in this game.
yeah, Florida back with the ball with 5 minutes left. I'm sure they're just gonna run out the time and end it out right here.
Yep, so Wilson's going to be pulled down after a loss of 1. Lopez Sansui.
Because you know the defense is going to stack the line line of scrimmage, make it as difficult
And it is 2nd and 11 here for the Florida Gators as we see Lagway going to keep it on the option. Lagway get pulled down after a gain of, or after a loss of 4.
Man, oh man, was the defense ready for this play? The quarterback just searching for anywhere to go, looking for daylight, but couldn't find anywhere to go in the keeper.
As we see Lagway on 5 wide on 3rd down, gonna throw deep, knocked up in the air, and no one comes down with it. So Florida will punt. First incomplete pass of the day for Lagway. And Boise State trying to will their way into this one here. As Washington, he will return the punt. He will get clobbered. The ball in the 19. We'll see what Boise State has here on this drive.
Yeah, and I also thought that was a. I also thought they was gonna pick the ball up. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's the first time they have stopped them all game. I'm for sure. When they stayed down, but wow, wow.
Throw in the double coverage, knocked down.
Somebody was open across the middle, so that's why I was just like, this QB had his eyes just dead straight on this wide receiver down the field. But I think you just have to because of what's all happening.
So pressure coming from the right. That's going to throw to Stretch, and he will get the first down. So Bayless going to drop back again. He's got 2 routes. He's going to go to the choice route in the middle. Penry, knocked down. As soon as he catches that ball, clock's ticking now under 3.5. So Dubar will fight for it, and he will not get the first down.
Yeah, and this is, just for a touchdown, and then for a touchdown before the 2-minute warning hits.
And that ball is underthrown by Graham, and it will be returned. Pulled out of bounds at the 31. So rough day in the office for the Boise State Broncos. Their season's more than likely going to come to a close here as handoff to Wilson. Wilson gets a block, going to get hammered down at the 26-yard line. There we go, bang, my Josh Hubbard jersey about to ship. As Wilson's going to get a gain of 3, it'll be 3rd and 1. That will take us to a 2-minute warning more than likely. Yes, it will. So, Electric, I'll put you in the shoes of the Oregon head coach. You've seen what the SEC can do with a dominating win over the 2nd best team in the Big Ten, according to the rankings and the championships and whatever. Are you a bit frightened by this performance, knowing that you have to play this Florida Gators team next round?
No, not really. I mean, you're 4th and 2 right here, but when you're a really good user, or when you're just, a user that is very heavy on, or very good and very heavy on preparation.
Oh, you're going to miss the field goal.
And when you're really good at preparation, like Batman, I think you look at this game, you see what he's really good at, you see what he's not, and then when you're in the game, wow,
it's been the story of the day really for Boise State as they overthrow the tight end there, who was wide open down the field.
But yeah, like I was about to say before he overthrew his tight end, you look at this game, you see what Florida is, best at, see what they not good at, and then you try to see what can you do and what's the best possible matchups as he just jumped through the cornerback jumped through the tight end and didn't get the ball. Trying to make a really good defensive play right there.
Yeah. But
Boys
I
gonna tear
mean,
it up.
I won't make you make any predictions for the next round since both of us are in the next round. But what do you think of Georgia Ohio State as
Oh
that throws
lordy,
cross body and another interception? So I would
yeah,
like to
that's
point
just
out though the key to the two is
that's
Castell
a
might
pick
turn this
six.
all the way
No,
back and he's
yeah, I
going
was
to get
just
down at
about
the
to say, yeah, is
13.
that possible? A
But
pick
the
six?
two teams that have lost, it's been because they can't hang on to the football. A lot of
For a
turnovers
second,
for Notre Dame and now Boise State. As
I
Lagway will get the handoff to Webb. Webb gonna cut inside. Webb gonna fall down. First and goal from the
just
3. I think he'll take a knee. And so good sportsmanship from Florida. There's some people that were saying that he should get a penalty for running up to Florida State, but the
but
admins
that
kind
was
of determined that they did it to himself. So they let that stand. So Lagway will take a knee, and the Florida Gators will
and they will go ahead and move on to the second
move on
round
to the next
against.
round. Yeah.
I mean, they will be playing against Oregon.
Of course, in the
So
playoffs, it's so
let's
hard
go
to
ahead
So
predict
and
in advance.
take it down and go to the sidelines and talk to Florida and Boise State for the post game conference.
all right, so we'll start with the Florida head coach Pablo Escobar. Um, got a big win tonight.
Yep.
Pretty dominating over the Boise State Broncos out of the Big 12. Tell me about the scouting report that you've already done for the Oregon Ducks, who currently sit as the number one overall seed in the tournament.
I mean, I don't want to leak everything, give the opponent my game plan, but I watched him play in the Big Ten championship game, which I know that he didn't even want to win. It didn't act like they played like they were trying to lose, but I know my opponent, and I know that he's the defending national champion, and so it's not gonna be easy, but we're ready.
Yeah, electric.
Yeah, hold
Uh,
on. I was eating. I'm good. I'm good. So so um, what do you possibly? I know you just won this game, but now you already won. So now from my perspective, I will always focus on next game after the game that I just did is over with. So, what is the possible mindset that you have going into possibly the toughest place, the one of the most toughest places to play in? Um, I don't know how to say the stadium name right because I'm not
I
from
don't even know
there,
the
Well,
but
stadium
where the
name.
next
stadium?
the second
Yeah.
round are at neutral site, so I'm
No,
not. I
yeah,
won't.
yeah, yeah. My fault.
So I'll be playing. I won't have to
Yeah,
worry about playing at Autzen Stadium.
yeah. I thought that you're correct. Yeah, my fault. I'm sorry. So, like, how do we feel about,
You're good.
going into this game? Because I forgot. I thought it was home field advantage until third
I
or
mean,
fourth, but we're good.
I'm confident. Every
Mm.
game since after the Texas game, I've been there. Like I lost the Ole Miss game at the end just because of some dumb decisions by me, rather than like me being overwhelmed. You know what I mean? So I'm confident going in.
Right. And
Yeah.
I got one more other question. What do you? I know we don't do this, because I don't even ask myself these questions. Um, but who are you most afraid of when it comes into these playoffs? Now, see,
Myself, I
I don't
guess.
even
I don't
ask
know.
myself this, you know, and that's a good answer, because you can't be afraid of yourself messing up. So, we wanted to see if you was gonna say somebody, we
I'm
just
not
wanted to
really
test
afraid
the
of
waters,
people in a video game. I'm more like I,
dang,
I could
okay.
see myself throwing some dumb interceptions in a game, but I don't think let's say I'm afraid of people.
No, I meant to say like who is like your most
Like, who do I
person
think
that you
would have
would
the best
Who
shot
be
at
would be
beating
the
me?
toughest game? I think is the way he's trying to
toughest
The
word it.
game.
toughest game,
Yeah, my fault for
I
saying it
mean,
wrong. I'm messed
there's
up
a
right
few
now.
tough games. I feel like the entire top four will be tough games. I think every game's tough in the playoffs. I'll say that.
Yeah, smart,
That's the right
smart.
answer. As I will ask one last question before we move on
Oh
to
my
Boise State. Um, there's a lot of naysayers, especially from up north in Big Ten country, about the SEC's legitimacy as a conference. But the SEC is currently 3-0 through the first three playoff games. Has a chance to make it four with Georgia taking on Ohio State. Talk to me about the strength of the conference and how that really prepares you for these playoff games against these other teams from these other conferences.
I'll say that the SEC is the best conference, and I know Captain Dead Dad and Mayhem are somewhere saying you haven't won a championship yet. But
Well, neither is Captain Dead Dad.
yeah, Captain Dead Dad is speaking for Mayhem. Um, the SEC plays the toughest schedule by far. The Big Ten
Hmm.
teams go through, play a lot of non-users, you know, and have a pretty easy conference schedule. But I think the conference schedule has prepared me for the playoffs
Yeah.
well. Seen a lot of difficult users.
Hmm. All right, well, that'll do it for the Florida head coach. Now over to Coach Red Flags and Boise State. Had a tough loss here to end your season. Talk to me about the quarterback decision. That's what I wanted to speak on. Madsen did not see the field today after the Big 12 title game. Was that due to injury, or was that just a personal choice as you started Bayless, the true freshman?
Uh, I started Bayless because at the beginning of the season, I made Madsen the starter because I had a feeling he'd have the best accuracy on the team. But in the Big 12 title game, there was just a lot of passes that just weren't good from him, so I wasn't confident heading into this game. And I am happy with the choice I made. Bayless made a lot of good throws. Yeah, he had some mess ups here and there, but I'm definitely excited to use him in the future.
All right. Electric?
Yeah, and I wanted to talk to you about what is the possible future for Boise State, knowing that you're also um this is a little bit of a sneak peek of for next season, but possibly also being moved out of the Big 12 too. And scouting and all the other stuff.
Uh, One good thing about next season is that I'll have way more user games, and I love playing user games. But when it comes to the recruiting class, I knew defense would be something huge to focus on. But one thing from that game I took away from it was that we are a run first team, especially with a really deep running back core that is pretty good. But that game, nobody on my offensive line could pick up a block on any run play, and I really couldn't run the ball at all. And I noticed that especially at the end of the second quarter, that whole situation I had at the goal line, my offensive lineman just couldn't pick up a block. So I'm gonna have to focus a lot on that in the offseason as well.
Yeah.
Right.
All right,
Okay.
yeah. My one last question to you, moving from the Big 12 to the Big 10, more than likely, if the conference realignment proposal sticks up, um, talk about the excitement or maybe dread or whatever you're feeling about that, because you will get paired with some of your buddies out on the West Coast. Oregon and Washington, USC are some names that come to mind, and then obviously you'll play the Ohio States as well. So talk to me about that as you look into next year.
When it comes to the first year, I don't know about it, but I know once I build this team up and it's good enough as the overall as their teams, and the recruiting is as strong as their teams, I know I can win any game pretty much when it comes to the conference. Did you say Oregon? Mayhem's really good.
Oregon, Washington, USC, three users on the West Coast that will probably
Yeah.
be in your conference. I'd guess.
Yeah, again, but I haven't played much users in this dynasty with a really good team at all. So if I build up this team to be a really good team, definitely be interesting to see what I could do with it because I've been playing underdog for a while, and it definitely for this first season in a new conference with a lot more users, I'm probably going to be playing it again. But it's a fun experience.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will wrap the stream up there as that is. Well, that's it.
Mike
We
shot
got one
purple.
playoff game left, Georgia and Ohio
Yep.
State. We don't know when that game's coming to you, hopefully tomorrow at some time. But then the second round, well, we do have a couple bowl games actually. Florida State and
Yep.
Wisconsin. That is Dirt and Steelers. And then who's the other one? Oh, who's the other
Um.
one?
Yeah. Missouri and Kansas. That's a
Yes, Missouri,
rematch.
Kansas, the Border War Part
The
2. Two teams that
rematch.
were just left out of the playoffs will take on each other. So KU versus Shake round 2. So that's going to wrap it up for this
And
edition
yeah.
of HPL Game of the Week for Electric and myself. We'll wrap it up from Boise, Idaho, and we will see you guys for the next game.